once we have the planner spiral bound or disc bound, and we've got the cover, let me take a tour through the inside so you can see what we have. Over here, every planner has the Shema in it, and the priestly blessing is always on the front page here. And then we have the Amidah, the daily prayers, if you choose to use those. We have a section for prayer requests. And then we get through those. We have some vision type of goal setting sheets just to give you an idea of where you're going in the next year, where you want to go. And I would encourage you to spend some time in prayer as you fill these out. And then in the back of the intro, we have just a whole bunch of passages that if you don't know what to read, or you want to do some copying, or there's a lot of just good passages listed here. And then each section has tabs, so you can find them. The first one is the monthly one. This one is dated. It has a clip-in bookmark that you can move from month to month. And we have trying to get everyone used to more of a Hebraic way of thinking about the calendar. So we have day 1, day 2, as long as the day of the week that we're used to using, as we try to just be mindful of how their calendar worked with numbers. And then on Shabbat, you have the Torah portions listed. You can also get this undated, which of course would not have the Torah portions, but if you prefer an undated, those are available too. So we have all of the months for a year, and then the next section would be the weekly section. And these are undated, so you can fill them out as you go. And then we have columns for each day: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Shabbat has its own special spot down here. And I've added a couple things this year to make it work a little better for you. We have 3 spots for priority things that need to be done. And then anything else beyond that, consider gravy if you get to that. But that'll help you prioritize. These are the must-dos. Down here, I've added a habit tracker that you can use. It has 7 days, so that if you're trying to develop a habit like daily scripture study, Shabbat would be in there. If it's things like cleaning jobs or whatnot, obviously you'd want to use 6 out of the 7 days. So there's a year's worth of weekly pages. And then we get to the feast day section. And I have a 2-page spread for each feast. Let me just adjust it a little bit there. Okay, so this one, for example, is for Passover. Over here, we have just some fun ideas for celebrating, things you may not have done with your family yet. Here are scripture passages that are often associated with this feast, and then just some blank planning area for you to lay out what you want to do, because as it says right on the front of the planner, if you want to keep Torah, you have to plan for it. And feast days are a perfect example of this. If you aren't actually planning out what you're going to do, it tends to get forgotten or just thrown together at the last minute, and that's not what we want to do. Okay, so the next section is notes. And this is just a lot of different styles of blank pages that you can use as you see fit. We have lined pages. We have these cool gridded pages. We have some project planning pages. And then just some blank pages if you need to sketch out your garden or whatever. And sometimes ladies prefer like more lined, or they don't want the project pages or whatever. If you need it adjusted, feel free to let me know. These are custom planners and I can adjust it to suit what you need. So you can email me ahead of time before you place your order, or put something in the comments section. I'm happy to adjust things to suit it for you. Okay, so the next one is school. This is for homeschoolers specifically, and there is space for up to 8 students. So at the beginning, we have a planning page for each student. On the left is a space to put your curriculum plans, what they're going to be doing for each subject. And on the right is for their grades for those subjects. And if you do 2 semesters, like many do, I just put like a diagonal line, one for each semester, so that, say if I've got math in this box, I'll put the grades for math over here. So there's enough for 8 students here. And then these are the pages I tend to use a lot. This is 180 boxes, and it's perfect for things like math that have specific lesson numbers. you can put their grade in each box as they complete them. So there's certain subjects that are particularly well suited to this, like math or language arts. So then we go into a little bit further back. Got quite a few of these, whatever you need them for. Okay, so these are field trip pages. So if you, say, have a homeschool co-op and they have field trips, you can document those. Or if you're able to do something special as a family that is awesome for school, go ahead and document that here. There's also, whoop, I went too far, several reading log pages to keep track of whether you have read-alouds or what your students are reading. You can keep track of the books they read, as well as a media log for things that aren't books, like good movies. Like right now, we would just watch Ben-Hur. We're working on Spartacus. So this is a good place to document those, the name and what subject it applies to and the date. So this is the school section. And then the next tab would be the home section. And this does home and budget, as you see. So you've got places for each month. You've got a place to list income, savings, charity, known expenses. So going into the month, things that you know will be coming up. And then the day-to-day things to keep track of. So that's perhaps a little more forgiving way to keep track of everything. It also works well for a variable income to log everything. So there's enough of these for the full year. And let me see if I can find the next section here. There's expenses. Yeah, there's quite a few of these, obviously. Okay, here's some savings goal pages. Saving for a trip or something special like that. It's a good place to keep track of those. And then debt repayment planners. This is a great place to keep track of chores. And how this works is this is a whole month, okay? You list your daily tasks here, and then you've got week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4. And you've got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Obviously, Shabbat's not in here because this is more of a household management thing, and that's our day off. So you can check off when you've done the daily tasks. Down here, you can list weekly tasks and check it off in the first column here when those get done each week. And then this middle section here, if you've got something that only needs done once or twice a month, you can list it in this column and check it off. So that's a way you can keep track of all your chores just on 2 sheets like that. Okay, so then we've got enough for a year of those. And then this last section here, I'm trying to turn with my left hand. Okay, this is a meal planner section. There we go. As you can see, we're filming in a bit of my work area. That's one of my paper cutters. All right, so the meal planning section, I actually had a woman request this, and it has become quite popular since then. So the first few pages are a place to write down your family's favorite recipes and what cookbook that recipe may be in. So it's easy to say, okay, we want to make lasagna, and that's in the Betty Crocker book on page such and such. And that's a way to keep track of that, especially if you have children who are learning to help. This is a way that they can find what they need when you ask them to help with recipes. And then each week, there's a sheet that says meal plan. It's got all the days. You can be as detailed or as not detailed as you want if you just want to plan dinners or whatever you need to do. They're just boxes, so you can use them how you want. And then right next to it is a place for your shopping list. As you're planning, you can note what you need. And then if you desire, you can either fold and tear or cut this line. And then on the back, there's more lines, and you can take just this sheet to the grocery store with you. So, and if you wanted to, you could even take this page out and post it to your fridge to keep track of what you're doing for the week. So that is the meal plan section, and that is, again, enough for a whole year. So that's quite a good size section there. And I'll show you in a minute. I added a new section this year that you can now add the Torah Portions Journal right into your planner. I have had that available as a printable for quite a long time. And I actually had some people ask me, hey, can we put that in our planner? Well, yes, you can. And it works quite nicely. that you can have your weekly Torah portion and a place to keep notes and things that you're learning right in your planner. So say you go to a Shabbat meeting, you can just take your planner, you've got a place to keep your Torah portion notes as well. So that can be a very cool feature. So that is now available as well. So that is a peek inside the planner. Oh, there's a little pen loop there too. There we go. So that's the spiral bound one, and it is also available as a disc. There's, like I said, this is custom. There's lots of options. So I'll just give you a quick little peek at, we'll pan back so you can see a little bit of where I work and all the piles I got going on. All my rainbow drawers with supplies. There's piles of things getting ready. There's the laminator. See, all kinds of, there we go. Used books for sale. There's the punch. That's where I make paperbacks. Whole bunch of printers and computers. So that's just a little peek at how we make the planner and what you can find inside and how you can get it made up. So I hope you've enjoyed that.